All right, Michael here from the Roof Guys, and this is your roof. Plumbing boot, that's where your sink and your toilet and your tub breathe, so you don't get bubbles in there. A lot of times I'll find frogs living in there, just eating all the bugs. Snakes, frogs, lizards, whatever makes it onto your roof can make it down the plumbing boot. One that we replace it with will have a guard on top of it. This shingle here is missing. So you had some wind damage there where it just lifted off the top of that shingle. And that one's holding in place. You have some other shingles here that have wind damage on them also. Lots of granule loss. Some more damage down here. That's wind damage there. So you do have some wind damage on here. Your screens, these are rusted out, and they're kind of a bad screen because they go underneath the shingle. That can cause some wood rot when they tuck them underneath the shingles. So we're not going to be able to reinstall those, and you might have some lumber to replace at the edge here. We won't know until we get all the shingles off. This is also a lot of times when this debris sits here, it's wet, and that rots away at the wood too. That's why we really don't like these kinds of guards here. So we'll take them off for you. The gutters, we move them back and then we re-nail them in place. Now these are an older, smaller 5-inch gutter. The new industry standard is a 6-inch gutter. I'll get you an estimate for that. They hold 40% of the water, more water, and the screens fit a lot flatter, so they help with not getting this buildup at the edge here. So I'll get you an estimate for that also. A little bit more wind damage here. You can see where that shingle edge is curling up. The gooseneck, that's more than likely where the range vents out of. We'll be replacing that. They come in gray, brown, or black. The whirly birds, we will reseal all of those. That just helps your attic vent. The solar tube is a much older solar tube. This one is probably about 20 years old. It started to yellow over. We can reuse this as long as the flange goes back together all right. We'll know a lot more once we pull up the shingles. But I would recommend replacing this 14-inch solar tube. It'll be a lot brighter, it'll be a lot cleaner, and you'll get a lifetime warranty against leaks on the new one. And they guarantee that for the lifetime of the roof shingles not to leak. So really good deal with that to replace it. And we give a $1,000 product credit. So you can use that towards your solar tube and your gutters there. This color here, closest to it is pristine tan and Atlas, driftwood and GAF, and amber in Owens Corning. So take a look at those colors. I'll send it to you digitally also. And then I gave you some books too. This is drip edge here. This is what flicks the water away from your house. Not every roofer will replace this. They know the value of it. It just isn't code. So they'll tell you you don't need it per code. But what it does is it goes up almost 2 inches on your roof. If you don't replace it, they'll pull the felt from underneath it and only run the synthetic underlayment up to it. A lot of times we'll find rotted out wood all the way around the house where they didn't replace the drip edge. So last thing you want in your new roof is to have a leak in 5, 6, 7 years. Down here, this area takes the longest to dry. That's why you see this little bit of mold on it there. What's really nice about GAF and Atlas is they guarantee you for the life of the roof against black streaking. So they put a lot more copper in it to help prevent from that mold growth there. You can see it on both sides. Some more of those leaf guards there that have been rusted over. And again, I'll get you an option for gutters and new leaf guards. All in all, that's your roof.